The opening match of the show was Dax Harwood vs Cash Wheeler in the men's Owen Hart Cup qualifier match with CM Punk on commentary. And this was a good TV match between two best friends who know each other's wrestling offenses really well. And in the end, Dax won the match via an inside cradle reversal. And the takeaway from this match, both Dax and Cash promised that this singles match would not affect them as a tag team going forward. And they proved that right, as almost immediately after the match, the both of them hugged each other. After the match, CM Punk cut a promo where the main event of Double or Nothing was confirmed, as Hangman Page will defend the AEW World Championship against CM Punk. Lance Archer vs Wardlow was a big meaty men slapping meat match, and the Wardlow chants are getting louder and louder each week, and in the end, Wardlow won the match with the Powerbomb Symphony, and this match from bell to bell lasted for 5.5 minutes, making it the shortest match of the show. But the big takeaway happened after the match, as during a backstage promo segment, MJF hinted at Wardlow's next opponent and the AEW debut of W. Morrissey, also known as Big Cass. Next, we had the only women's match of the night, as Hikaru Shida went one-on-one against Serena Deeb in a street fight. This match was the 5th encounter between the two women, and they had a fantastic TV match, and this match was afforded more TV time than the regular women's matches, and in the end, Serena Deeb won the match via submission, tapping out Hikaru Shida. And the takeaway from this match, Serena Deeb is now the number 1 ranked wrestler in the women's division, and it looks like we're getting Thunder Rosa vs Serena Deeb at Double or Nothing. House of Black had an in-ring segment next, where we saw them go up against Death Triangle, and it was during this segment where we saw the return of Rey Fenix, who had been out of action since the first week of January due to a dislocation in his left arm. And the takeaway from this segment, we could potentially get a faction versus faction match at some point down the line. But the match that I want to see is Buddy Matthews versus Rey Fenix. The co-main event was the Undisputed Elite and Young Bucks versus all the young wrestlers under the age of 30. And this match was about showcasing the Undisputed Elite and Young Bucks and establishing Adam Cole as the leader of the group. Adam Cole didn't get involved in the match until the last minute, as he hit the boom shot, pinning Lee Johnson for the win. And the biggest takeaway from this match, if Adam Cole is the leader of the group now, what happens when Kenny Omega returns? And finally, the main event was Sammy Guevara vs Scorpio Sky in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. And this was a fun match, but there was a spot Sammy Guevara was involved in, and I legit thought he could have permanently injured himself. And in the end, Scorpio Sky won the match and is the new TNT champion. And this match from bell to bell went for 14 minutes, making it the longest match of the night. And the takeaway from this match, with this loss, Sammy Guevara now has the shortest and the most title reigns as TNT champion, surpassing Cody Rhodes. And the match or moment of the show, according to you guys, was the Rey Fenix return. This was a fun episode of Dynamite from top to bottom, and my takeaway from the show is the Rey Fenix return and the TNT ladder match.